has taken over. Let's go. It's Ferrall. Coast to coast. Steaks, chicks, stacks. You and I are going to make a lot of money. It's Ferrall, coast to coast.
It's Ferrall on the bench, coast to coast in the biggest way possible, hanging out. The bad seed, the burgundy, the bad apple with a bad attitude. We are live in New York City, the Big Apple. Ooh. People dressed in plastic bags to break some traffic, some kind of fashion shake it up, shadoobie, along with the golf gangster himself, ready for the Open. Carver High and all of his golf friends and his foursome. Mafia is running it with Luke. I am your father. We have a lineup on a Where Do You Hurt midweek Wednesday. Morencia double shot from Vancouver. Of course, the Prime Minister in the second hour. Cam Stewart live. Coach James Young talking Summer League and Team USA. Beat the Serbs today. He'll give you W picks for tonight as well. And in the final hour, the one and only Keith Stewart, the golf expert at Read the Line. And you know what's happening there with the double Stewies and Carver High. It is time to get out your pen to paper and be ready for the action for the Open. All the tickets, all the winners, all the money, all the long shots, all the odds, all the top 10s and 20s and head-to-heads, all happening today on Coast to Coast. Unbelievable. I know you're stoked for the start of the Open, Carver High. Anything else at all? I know you enjoyed my bloody, pussy ear infection stories before the show today.
Yeah, you did give me all the ear infection stories, which was very nice. I hope that you're feeling better. You need to maybe try to get rid of that by the weekend or something.
I'm trying
so that you can just try to do what you can to get that out of a mix. I am very excited today. It is a very big golf Wednesday. We've been very hot with the golf, and it's the last major of the year.
Tell them how hot.
All right. Well, I'm currently on a streak of 3 consecutive outright winners PGA, 4 of the last 5 going back to Bryson at the U.S. Open,
Boom.
3 straight live hits as well.
Boom.
So smoking hot with the golf. The Prime Minister and Keith Stewart have been as well. We're going to get all the picks today. We're going to get your pick for the Open Championship as well, because that is your favorite major of the entire year. And all I've heard about today, Scotty, and I know you like talking about weather when we talk about the Open Championship, is the crosswinds, the crazy crosswinds that are going to be going on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday over at Royal Troon. So that's already getting people very excited. We want nasty, awful conditions. No minus 20s this week, right, Scotty? We don't need anybody shooting minus 20. We want to struggle. We want people to struggle to that
pain and suffering.
And we don't want like last year either. Harmon ran away last year and nobody ever came close to him. We want to, like we had at the U.S. We've been actually pretty lucky this year. The PGA Championship and the U.S. Open both went to the 72nd hole. Like they were drama to the last hole. Bryson and Xander, and then Bryson and Rory at the U.S. Open. So I think hopefully we'll get that again this week.
The last time they were at Troon, they went to the 72nd hole, and also
that was
the number 8 hole on this golf course. There's a lot of tough holes, but the 8 hole is that little par 3 with the
stamp.
Oh God,
the postage stamp.
The guys lose their virginity there. It is
the shortest par 3 in the Open rotation. It's like $1.15, $1.20 it plays to sometimes.
Eats them alive.
It's going to eat people alive. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be lots of fun. So we have that going on today.
What did he say? Make green good, miss green bad.
That was Tiger said that. Yeah, he's right. Like you hit it in the bunker on that hole. I mean, minimum bogey, maybe a double. You know, that's how difficult
quad.
It is over there on that side. So we have all of that today. Our final previews for the Open Championship, which actually will tee off, if you want to stay up tonight, Scotty, if your ear starts hurting you, 1:35 a.m. East is when the first guys go off across the pond.
Oh, and also the latest episode of The Boys drops at 3 a.m. I can just stay up all night.
Yeah. That's it. Stay up all night. Try to get rid of that ear infection.
Bobby,
We have a
call
lot
the blow dealer. Are we on the air? Oh, God,
No.
we are?
Today and tomorrow are actually the only 2 days, I believe, in the entire year where you don't have one of the four major North American sports having games. MLB, NHL, NBA, NFL. Nobody playing tonight and tomorrow. But we actually have quite a bit of stuff to get to, Scotty, including some hoops. USA Basketball, their second tune-up in Abu Dhabi just a couple of hours ago. This one was definitely their best effort so far as they smashed the Joker in Serbia 105-79. Big efforts all around by a bunch of guys. Steph had 24 points. He had a bunch of threes. Bam had a big game. AD had 6 blocks. The stuff that you wanted to see, Scotty, out of USA after a subpar performance against Australia the other day.
Well, I believe more now what people are saying. Like Coach said, it's automatic that they'll win the gold. And they looked like it today, right?
They certainly did. Ant had 16 as well for him, so they've been filling it up, those guys. We do have Summer League this afternoon as well. In fact, Scotty, this is the earliest they've started since the Summer League kicked in last Friday. They're starting now. 3 East, actually, is the first games of the Summer League, and I will give those to you right now here on C2C. Let's get it rolling here. The Heat and the Mavericks are the first pair. The first game is already out to a 6-0 lead for Dallas here, -1.5. You have the Kings and the Knicks starting in 20 minutes. Kings -4.5. Also this afternoon, Raptors -4.5 against the Jazz. Celtics -4.5 against the Hornets.
Yeah, there's a lot of action. The Knicks stink. They blew that game yesterday against the Nets. So give me the Kings. And then Toronto. I'm on the Hornets have been really good, right? I'll take a stab with the Hornets in that number. Why not against Boston? This is not the Boston Celtics. These are the fake Celtics. So it's Summer League. Look, at least there's games from now until hell's bells, right? Like literally.
Oh, I got more for you later.
Night.
I got the night slate later on. We got 4 games at night also that we will get to here on C2C. So you do have a full night, 8 Summer League games in total today to dive into. We will get into the All-Star game from last night. The American League wins 5-3. That's an over, by the way. Over the 7.5 for so much for the 13
and the American
4.
League. We had the combo meal. And
Ohtani with the home run in the game. So we did get a tater time
at 475.
Yes, plus 475 for Ohtani. So that was a nice hit for us there. Jarren Duran from the Red Sox won the MVP as he had the go-ahead 2-run homer. And Skeens with the scoreless first inning, Scotty. I guess, look, he didn't allow any runs. All he had was the walk to Soto in there. I think people wanted, the strikeouts. They wanted all that. But the dude went out. He threw like 12, 13 pitches, and he was done. He got everybody out. He got Judge out quick. Skeens did a great job in his first.
He got everybody out. That's what you said, and that's the thing that matters. Get guys out. Like, obviously, everybody wanted him to strike out the side and all the rest, but he got everybody out, and his nerves. Can you imagine going out there? He walked out there all cool and went up on the bump and everything, but he had to be nervous starting an all-star game against that lineup, against those big-time star major league hitters, all-stars, and he's the man on the mound. Are you kidding? I thought he did great.
He did great. I'll have some of him from after the game for you later on as well. We'll start to preview a lot of MLB stuff for the second half. I've got some updated over-unders for you today in the Lion's Share that we're going to get to as well. We've got college football, more of the SEC stuff from down in Dallas with the media days. I actually got a bunch of interesting NFL stories as well. So we have a lot to do here today on C2C.
Well, I'm ready. Let's go. We're talking college football, pro football. We're even talking baseball. We got rack on now until pass out time. The Open Championship, all evolving.
The WNBA is a unique market, right? It moves a little bit different. You take a bet, a limit play, even if the limit is 2 dimes on a side, you don't go from 11.5 to 12. You know what I mean? You got to go. Because if they bet you the second number, then you go, oh boy, now we have a decision that we really didn't think we got a big decision. Books love decisions.
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
Watch out for USA and Canada in 4 years. Like cricket's going to be a sport that's growing.
I made my first cricket bet last week or over the weekend. I was getting a team that was leading like 150 to 5 plus odds. I'm like, I'm up 150 points and I'm getting plus odds. Where do I sign? I love this cricket stuff. What are you kidding me?
In-game live, prime time, only on SportsGrid.
DeMar DeRozan now joins that team in Sacramento with the Kings. De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis, Devin Carter, who they drafted early, Keegan Murray as well. A Kings team, DRS, that has been a playoff contender.
Is it going to equate to a championship? Probably not. That's not the goal. Make your team better every offseason. The Kings definitely got better with that move here, Ben.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
BetMGM is swinging for the fences. The best place to bet the long ball all season long. Out-of-the-park odds on home runs. Exclusive signature bets. And a weekly shot at your share of $50K in bonus bets. Enter the $50K Grand Slam jackpot. It's on.
All right, Carver High. I'm going to talk to Morency now because Sports Rage is weeknights at 10, and we do a double shot with him every day. You can catch the show on all of our platforms, all of our outlets, all of our OTT streaming networks, television stations, radio stations like Sports Byline USA, all their affiliates, Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio in San Diego, the Boomstick out of Mexico, from Baja to the Canadian Rockies, all over the West Coast, plus Sirius XM satellite radio all over the Southern Hemisphere, channel 159. Gabe, what did you think of the All-Star game last night at Globe Live? We got lucky. We had the over in the American League.
I thought it was kind of dull for the most part, to be honest. It was exciting to see Paul Skeens to start the game, but as the game went on, we had the 3-run shot from Ohtani. There wasn't really a lot of action. You know, there was a couple of hits here and there. I thought overall, that the pregame show sucked. Like, we get it. You're in Texas. We don't need horses running around the field. We don't need, like, cowboys with ropes, like, as the players came out. Like, it was just so hacky. I thought the national anthems, I liked the drunk girl better 2 nights ago, Scott, a lot better. Seriously, like in music and entertainment, Scott, there's nothing worse than being boring. It's like, who sang the national anthem last night? I don't know. Some dude in a cowboy hat and some 2 chicks from Canada I never heard of before. It was like, you know, where was Kenny Loggins unavailable? You guys couldn't have found anyone more boring than last night. I thought the uniforms were hideous and actually, like, disturbing and hard to watch, the American League uniforms. Like, seriously, Scott, like, a men's beer league softball team would, like, freak out if, like, you know, one of the boys came back. Hey, guys, I got our uniforms done for the year. People would be like, what the F is that? We look like creamsicles. Like, what did you get, like, did you get it from the bargain bin? Did Joe Sports give us a deal on these or something? Because the coloring was wrong. It was just terrible, Scott. Like, I don't know. I thought the game was boring as a whole. The uniforms suck. And hopefully enough people, because everything's about money, right? I was thinking about this. And I've said this in the past, Scott. Nobody buys all-star gear in the first place anyways. It's like a little thing. You go to the game. A couple of rich people will buy the hat, and you throw it out after. No one buys all-star gear in the first place. Secondly, in the modern day and age, you order a piece of merchandise, you're lucky to get it in 6 months anyways. So it's not like they sell these things. Nobody wants to buy them. They're hard to get. You don't sell them. They're ugly. What's the point? And if you guys want to make money, you roll out all the all-stars in their home jerseys and their road jerseys and the actual official jerseys. How many, think about this, Scott. Paul Skeens is like, the most popular player in baseball right now, basically, after Ohtani. Ohtani's global, but you know what I'm saying? Right. So Paul Skeens is like actually hip. You know what I mean? Like young people like him. Young people with mustaches like him, right? He's got the hot girlfriend. He's a young guy. Yeah. How many Paul Skeens pirate jerseys would they have sold last night if he was wearing a pirate jersey?
Oh, my
people,
God.
not even pirate fans, going, you know what, man? I like Skeens. That's a badass jersey. I'm going to get a Paul Skeens jersey. Yeah. Instead, you couldn't even see his name. You're not buying that last night. People wonder, why do the Dallas Cowboys wear white at home? It was money. It's pretty crazy. The original owner of the Dallas Cowboys wanted the home fans to see the nice colors of the visiting team's jerseys. And he said, if we all sort of show off our jerseys and our brand, it'll sell the league as a whole more. It's not. That's why they wear white, because he gets it. And the last thing on my soapbox, Scott, NHL teams drives me crazy. NHL teams should be wearing white jerseys at home as well, bro. I don't know, like they went away from this like 30 years ago, and to this day, I still have to recalibrate my brain when I watch a hockey game. Oh, yeah, that's right. The home team's not in white anymore.
Well, I remember the Penguins would wear the white jersey with the Penguin logo on it most of my life. And then you're right, they started selling all these different jerseys and third jerseys and everything else. I saw that Ohtani is the number one jersey seller in baseball the other day, and he came out and made us money. We had him at plus 475 to hit that home run. Carver High rang the bell again with Ohtani.
Ohtani had never hit a home run in an All-Star game before. He was like 1 for 4. It was somewhat, not a surprise, but this is a surprise and amazing, isn't it? Ohtani was the first Dodger to hit a home run since Mike Piazza in an All-Star game since 1996. Yeah. Dude, that's 30 years. Like, we're going that's a long time that a Dodger never won the home run derby. Fine. I don't know. There's been a couple of them. I can't really recall too many of them in the home run derby, to be honest. But for a Dodger player not to hit a home run in an All-Star game since 1996. Another little interesting tidbit last night was that we had an all-time record, fastest pitch ever in an All-Star game, 103.6 Mason Miller. And he got the win as well. So I thought that was a nice little symbolic thing that happened, Scott, that in the last year of Oakland Athletic baseball, the history books at least will have winning pitcher All-Star game, Oakland Athletics, because next year they're going to be the Sacramento Athletics.
I think everybody thought that Skeens is the guy that throws the hardest now in baseball. Meanwhile, Miller was cooking him. And then Chapman has been on the premium fuel this season. He's been throwing $1.03. He's got the high lead test going. He's been throwing gas, but you have no idea where it's going to end up. It could kill somebody when he throws it. So when we come back, we're going to talk with Morency some more. There was a story that came out this week about Josh Allen and some no-name. Is there anything worse? The guy that won't put his name to his big quote, talking about Josh Allen not being a good quarterback, and got everybody all stirred up. I wanted to see if Morency wanted to have it out with this guy. I think it was a loser comment to begin with. We're talking about Morency in Vancouver.
it is Canada. You know, Canada is one of those teams that's the darling of the tournament right now. They're still 9-1.
To win a tournament, or even to advance far into a tournament like this, you need a bit of good fortune. And it doesn't matter if you're getting the good fortune that Canada has, where they played 2 matches where they were up a man, or you had the good fortune of Argentina, who's one of the best teams in the world, who just got on the good side of the draw.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
I want to know, too, what was the highest you ever got on both of those metrics?
So the highest club head speed I've ever gotten with a 45-inch driver, we'll just say stock, was, I think it was 129.9. I never cracked 130. Never cracked 130. That was juice. That was on caffeine. I can't even talk. And then I got 195 ball speed.
195 ball speed.
Only on SportsGrid. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid. Your 24/7 sports wagering network. The early line.
Magical and historic season in Lincoln, Nebraska continues.
He is the best player in the NBA, but also in the biggest moments where the national media is watching.
Newswire.
Something that we have never seen happen before with one of the iconic coaches in the game.
Ferrall, coast to coast.
The team covers. It's automatic. It's every time. Not sometimes. It's every time.
Game time decisions.
Luka is actually far more dangerous from 3 on the road this year than at home.
This game here tonight, you may want to consider taking as many points as humanly possible.
In-game live, prime time.
We got not 1, but 2 coaches fired systems in place.
Sports Rage Late
sort
Night.
of has letdown written all over it. It's going to be hard to match the emotion that they played with the other night.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, we're talking to Morency. Before we get into the Josh Allen, you just brought up some staggering numbers for the WNBA's TV deal. We talked at great length yesterday, and even on the show today, there's still fallout. I was doing it this morning on my website about Dolan and arguing about regional sports networks and the NBA's TV deal and how Silver's cutting up the pie and how it's screwing over all kinds of people. Regionals, TNT, they have a right to match. They gave him 5 days to match. Who's coming up with that kind of money in 5 days? Not TNT. So the WNBA deal is enormous when you consider where they were to where they're going.
That is right. So they got a $2.2 billion deal, and it works out to over $200 million a year. Yet they're also doing, similar to the NBA, there's going to be a streaming package as well. And they're getting an additional $60 million a year. So it works out to $260 million a year for the WNBA television media rights. And the current deal, Scott, is $50 million a year. That's a serious upgrade. Like this, as a stock, it just took off. And the Caitlin Clark effect, I know it upsets some, and I get it. Angel Reese is good, but the modern, call it Cameron Brink, the Caitlin effect here, times 5, Scott. The numbers speak for themselves. Yet it's going to be interesting. How long will it take? Like, you can't continue to pay these girls $138,000 a year when you're going to boast about making $2.2 billion. So I don't know how this is going to work out for the CBA. Well, you know what's going to happen. The WNBA owner is going to say, we've been losing money for years. Now, you guys want all the money. We're just getting our money back now for the first time. And the modern girl is going to say, you know what? The only reason you're getting $250 million a year now is because I'm playing in your league. So this could get pretty contentious as far as the CBA is concerned. But the WNBA, massive. I know a lot of people, the WNBA this, WNBA will never do that, never do this. $2.2 billion, nothing to shake at, Scott. You and I would take it.
Yeah, and I think that at some point they're going to make more money, and they don't make enough money to begin with. And I don't think, frankly, the league was in a position to pay them a ton of money. But now I think they're getting to the point where they're going to be able to make more money. And it's all because, frankly, the product is way better. The players are way better. It's not just her. I think she's a significant reason for it. The majority of it is her. But there's still a lot of other great players.
Oh, there's great players
that are making it this level.
I think look at the WNBA and women's sports as a whole. It's almost like a band. They were always good. Nobody ever paid attention before. They were playing in clubs. They were just as good. Kelsey was a great player before. No one paid attention before, right? The Lynette Carter, the girl the girl that set the original, right? And no one paid attention before. Doesn't mean they weren't good before. And it's very similar. Like people, Caitlin this and basketball that. It's the same thing with European women's soccer now, Scott. Like, dude, they're getting 80,000 people in stadiums. Like San Diego gets 35,000 people. Like, it's real. And I think it's just sort of women's sports are just more accepted. Women are supporting sport more than ever. Men actually are supporting women's sport more than ever. So it's not just the WNBA. Women's soccer, and hell, look, let's give credit to MMA, Scott. You know what I mean? Women have been headlining UFC events for years. And I remember Dana White once said, "Oh, we'll never have a woman in the UFC." Well, and then now they're making you tens of millions of dollars. So, yeah, they are in the UFC.
Thug Rose. Anyway, what's your thoughts on people saying some executive in the NFL that won't put his name to it that Josh Allen isn't good?
I thought it was a little bit harsh. There's always going to be criticism, and I understand some criticism, but most overrated player in the National Football League, I think, is a little bit more than a little bit of a stretch. Scott, I don't know about you. Would you have Joe Burrow ahead of Josh Allen?
Personally, no.
So that's what I'm saying. So, I think you could make a legitimate argument Josh Allen's the second best quarterback in the NFL. Has he won a Super Bowl yet? No. He's also only 27 years old. And I think people forget this sometimes. Elway didn't win until later in his career. Stafford only recently won, and now people want to put him in the Hall of Fame. Right? Let's see the body of work play out. But, to me, Scott, I thought it was comical that Aaron Rodgers was listed as a top 10 quarterback and Jordan Love wasn't. Because who would you rather have right now, Jordan Love or Aaron Rodgers? Call me Dr. Love.
Yeah. All right, Morency, good stuff.
It is Canada. Canada is one of those teams that's the darling of the tournament right now. They're still 9-1.
To win a tournament, or even to advance far into a tournament like this, you need a bit of good fortune. And it doesn't matter if you're getting the good fortune that Canada has, where they played 2 matches where they were up a man, or you had the good fortune of Argentina, who's one of the best teams in the world, who just got on the good side of the draw.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
I want to know, too, what was the highest you ever got on both of those metrics?
So the highest club head speed I've ever gotten with a 45-inch driver, we'll just say stock, was, I think it was 129.9. I never cracked 130. Never cracked 130. That was juice. That was on caffeine. I can't even talk. And then I got 195 ball speed.
195 ball speed.
Only on SportsGrid. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid, your 24/7 sports wagering network. The early line.
Magical and historic season in Lincoln, Nebraska continues.
He is the best player in the NBA, but also in the biggest moments where the national media is watching.
Newswire.
Something that we have never seen happen before with one of the iconic coaches in the game.
Ferrall coast to coast.
The team covers. It's automatic. It's every time. Not sometimes. It's every time.
Game time decisions.
Luka is actually far more dangerous from 3 on the road this year than at home.
This game here tonight, you may want to consider taking as many points as humanly possible.
In-game live. Prime time.
We got not 1, but 2 coaches fired systems in place.
Sports Rage Late
sort
Night.
of has letdown written all over it. It's going to be hard to match the emotion that they played with the other night.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Carver High. Morency just mentioned that Bob Iger and his wife bought that Angel City women's soccer team in L.A., right? And I think paid $250 million for that piece. And it was a gigantic it was, I think, the biggest purchase ever in that league. And it's just a good sign for, women's sports, a good sign for soccer. And, I mean, that's just crazy. Now he owns that team. And, this guy's, running Disney and ABC and everything. And then, his side hustle is he owns a soccer team. That's crazy.
It is crazy, and that is great for them. I'll also say that $1 billion or whatever it is for Bob Iger, that's like me or you pulling out a $10 bill for him with how much money that guy's got. I mean, that guy swims in money, Bob Iger. Yeah. In fact, he swims in so much. I mean, he had to go back and get more. He's like, I need to fill another pool because he quit, and then he waited a couple years and he went back. He's like, let me back in. I want to get more money out. So he's just that's a pretty good gig that he's got there. All right, let's get rolling here. We'll start with the All-Star game last night.
How about that? No, wait, time out. I got 5 left. This guy. How about, when have you ever seen a CEO leave and then come back and do it again, like to the same job? Because the other ones couldn't get it done like he did.
The guy was doing such a bad job that they said, we need the other guy back. Let's give him Let's give him more money than we were giving him before. We'll bring him back. We'll let him do it. That's pretty good.
You never see that.
It really is. American League beats the National League 5-3, as we mentioned before, over a winner. Jarren Duran had the big blow, a 2-run homer with the game tied at 3. His first at bat in the game wins him the MVP award. Here it is on Fox.
Here's a high fly ball off of the bat, and Jarren Duran. That one will leave the yard and give the American League its first lead of the night. Boy, this dream season for Jarren Duran continues here with a home run in the All-Star game.
Yeah, so it must have been because we had Adam Kaufman on yesterday. He jinxed me with his jar full of confetti from the Celtics 18 championship in the parade. Then we talked about how the Red Sox were 4.5 deep of the East lead and chasing the Yankees. And then this guy goes out and hits a 2-run homer in the All-Star game and wins the MVP. And they're the hottest team in baseball over the last month. All of it was because we put that fascist Kaufman on Coast to Coast yesterday. You know it.
That's probably the reason why it happened. I'm sure that's one of the reasons. We'd have to put that up there. I kind of agree with something that Gabe said. And look, you had the 6 runs in the third inning. Each team scored 3 runs in the third, including that Ohtani homer. But other than the Duran homer the rest of the game, it was a snooze fest. It was a very tough watch. I told you yesterday I'd probably check out if one of those guys early in the game homered. What bothered me was I played Harper too, Scotty. I ended up going in on him.
Right.
He hit one right to the wall his third time up. He went oppo taco. I mean, the guy's back was on the wall. Oh, and he did have a hit, by the way. We gave you Harper for a hit at plus 105 or whatever it was. He had a hit the first time up. That screamer he hit down the left field line. So we had that too. But I did think the game as a whole, it was kind of bland. There really wasn't much. Exactly.
It always is. No one likes saying it, and no one wants to hear it. That home run thing is blown out of proportion. Like that's some kind of badass event. No, it isn't. No, it isn't.
And I didn't even realize. I didn't realize that they don't even play extra innings in it anymore. Remember when they had the tie in Milwaukee way back in the day, 20 years ago, whatever it is at this point? So now, because they're blowing through all these pitchers, right? Like they're bringing pitchers in to face one batter. Like they're trying to get everybody a turn. And I'm going, who's pitching if they got to go extras? Apparently 2 years ago they changed the rules. They do a home run derby now if it's tied after 9 innings. They don't actually play the game anymore. They just go and play a home run derby. If they're tied after 9, because I guess there was a chance it could have happened last night with the 5-3.
Oh God!
Game.
Then they were going to do even more home run derby.
More home run. Would they have brought back the drunk singer too? I don't think so. I think that she was done. I mentioned to you Skeens, scoreless first inning. He did allow a walk to Soto. Everybody wanted to see the strikeouts, but he actually made real quick work. I mean, it was like a ground out, a pop-up. Judge flew out to left, and that was it. Skeens' night was done, but Scotty, he absolutely loved the All-Star experience.
Probably the first pitch, just like, being out there. I don't think I blacked out when I was out there, but I was pretty close. It was cool to be on that mound. Just being able to share this with my family and have them out here and just being able to experience it. I don't know that there's one moment because it was 2 days, packed with moments.
I think that he's gonna have a lot of these moments in his career where I think the one that I want to see is them in the playoffs because of him. He's going to carry them on his shoulders to the postseason. If he gets them into a wild card this year, I will keel over. But at some point, there is no way. Even Strasburg won a World Series. If you're that great, this is no different than the conversation that we had about Connor McDavid. At some point, you have to win it. You have to win the championship. You have to do something magnificent to be considered such. If this guy, and I'm going to put the label right on him, if he's such a badass, which I think he is, I believe that he's going to carry the Pirates to the postseason. And it may not be this year. They have to have, the stars have to line up. But one of these years, and I would think early in his career when he's young, I truly believe that they have a chance with him to go to the World Series. When you have a pitcher that great, it's no different than the Yankees. They have one great pitcher. That's it. They have one. Garrett Cole. He is great. He won the Cy Young. He is their only hope of going to the World Series. They try to sell you all this other bullshit about this team every year. It's no different than the Giants and Jets every year in August are going to the Super Bowl. If you read the papers in New York, they're both going all the way. But you need to have a superstar, a great player. And, McDavid didn't get it done. Nope. I want to see Paul Skeens win the World Series for the Pittsburgh Pirates. And until I see that, life will have no meaning for me. I have waited since 1979. You talk about suffering. And then you with the Bills, you and I, my teams, I've been lucky with the Penguins. Fair enough. But they've hit a dry martini, haven't they?
Yeah.
They don't matter anymore. They're awful now.
You've seen the
Steelers don't win playoff games anymore. And I'm waiting for
You've seen a lot of Steeler glory. You've seen the Steelers win. You've seen a lot of
Super Bowls with the Steelers.
Yeah. So and look,
they
it's
won
been
6 of
obviously a very long time for the Pirates. Just like a lot of these teams, it's been a very long time since they've mattered that much. Hey, Reynolds had a hit last night too. He came in the game, his only at bat. Reynolds had a hit down the left field line. Ohtani's homer, the first one by a Dodger in the All-Star game since Piazza in '96. That was a shot. That Ohtani hit.
I don't care. All I saw when that happened was money. All I see anymore.
That's it.
So this show and this network has made me ice cold. I don't care where it lands, how far it is, exit velocity, what the count was. Right when he hit it, I went plus 475. I go on
plus
Twitter, ring the bell.
Ring the bell.
It is Canada. Canada is one of those teams that's the darling of the tournament right now. They're still 9-1.
To win a tournament or even to advance far into a tournament like this, you need a bit of good fortune. And it doesn't matter if you're getting the good fortune that Canada has, where they played 2 matches where they were up a man, or you had the good fortune of Argentina, who's one of the best teams in the world, who just got on the good side of the draw.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
I want to know, too, what was the highest you ever got on both of those metrics?
So the highest club speed I've ever gotten with a 45-inch driver, we'll just say stock, was, I think it was 129.9. I never cracked 130. Never cracked 130. That was juice. That was on caffeine. I can't even talk. And then I got 195 ball speed.
195 ball speed.
Only on SportsGrid. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid. Your 24/7 sports wagering network. The early line.
Magical and historic season in Lincoln, Nebraska continues.
He is the best player in the NBA, but also in the biggest moments where the national media is watching.
Newswire.
Something that we have never seen happen before with one of the iconic coaches in the game.
Ferrall coast to coast.
The team covers. It's automatic. It's every time. Not sometimes. It's every time.
Game time decisions.
Luka is actually far more dangerous from three on the road this year than at home.
This game here tonight, you may want to consider taking as many points as humanly possible.
In-game live. Prime time.
We got not one, but two coaches fired systems in place.
Sports Rage
This
late
sort of
night.
has letdown written all over it. It's going to be hard to match the emotion that they played with the other night.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
So they had a contest. What was best, the Home Run Derby, the All-Star Game, or the BetMGM First Bet 1500? And it was a landslide for the BetMGM First Bet 1500. Literally 98% of the votes went to BetMGM, and literally no one voted for the Home Run Derby or the All-Star Game. How do you get the offer? 4 easy steps. 1, download the BetMGM mobile app on iOS or Android, or go to BetMGM.com. 2, open an account, put $10 in, start it up. 3, place your first wager and receive up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if the wager loses. If the bet loses, they're giving you $1,500 back in bonus bets. If the bet loses, 4, your bonus bets will be available once the initial wager is settled. So you understand, right? Like, you could bet on literally anything. You could bet on a NBA Summer League game tonight. Of the 8 games, you could bet on the late game at 10 o'clock, $1,500. You lose the bet, boom, they're giving you $1,500 in bonus bets. It's money right into your account after the bet is finalized. I mean, that is just the most unbelievable. It's stupid. It's stupid that they do it. It really is, because it's like everyone is afforded the opportunity just to have free money. I've never heard anything like that anywhere. You go anywhere, it's like they take your money. They never just give you money. Who gives you money anywhere? BetMGM does. That's what they do, these people. They should be on the Democratic ticket. Instead of that old geezer, they could put BetMGM in there, and he'd probably crush Trump. BetMGM never loses, and they give away money to people. Pay your taxes off. What? I mean, this is just, honestly, what an idea. Think of that, Carver High. We could get the old guy out and put BetMGM in there, and they'd win.
Yeah, they'd probably do a better job, that's for sure. I could definitely agree with you on that. Rob Manfred had his All-Star Game, I guess, press briefing yesterday. It's impossible to find any video of it. I guess he did it in a hallway with no cameras around. Rob Manfred, here's a couple of things from Rob. First, he says that robot umps may be tested at spring training. You ready for the robot umps, Scotty? The robot umps they're going to do.
Listen to this.
Sure.
Listen to this. It's happening. And B, how about this? I got a guy tells me today that his basketball league, this fancy high-end league here in the city, and Mafia and I used to play in this league, they are using a robot now to call fouls because you heard me. They got a robot that calls fouls, and it's because there's, they said they brought me up my abusive treatment of refs. They had to bring me into it. Like they said that I was one of the worst examples of poor sportsmanship with my abuse of refs and my language and my behavior and my antics and my kung fu kicks and my star angels and my spitting on refs that stink. I like to lug on refs that stink on their feet. I go for the feet area on their shoes. And they said they were done with all of the shenanigans of dealing with players arguing with refs about every single call. So I have to see it myself to believe it. I did not know there was such a thing as a robot that now will go up and down the basketball court and call all the fouls. I actually have to believe it first. I got to see that before I can tell you it's true. But I've been told today they're using a robot to call fouls. So if they're doing it in hack men's basketball leagues, why wouldn't they do it in Major League Baseball? You know why? Because the refs in basketball are awful. The umps in baseball are even worse. I mean, they're so awful, they can't even call balls and strikes, let alone outs. All they do is replay now in baseball. It happens the whole game. So, and the same in the NFL and college football. When's the last time you watched a football game where they don't have 45 replays, where they go to the camera to see it? How about soccer? VAR, they can't even get that right with the cameras.
I'm still trying to process this. They have basketball refs, robot basketball refs calling fouls.
I'm not kidding.
How's that happening?
I guess it's
right,
the cop. The thing in you've seen it down in the Iron Horse down when you get your beer before you get on the train, the 40 you pick up.
Oh yeah.
They got the robot cop down there now rolling around. He's like R2-D2, your boy.
All right, fair enough. Here's what else Rob had for us. He's worried about
accepting it. He's like, all right, let's go.
All right, robot. MLB's worried about threats. I'm stunned, to be quite honest with you. Threats to players from gambling is also on Rob's agenda. He's very worried about the threats that the players are getting because of gambling, Scotty. There you go.
Well, sometimes a threat can motivate people. Like I've always believed in the the Bob Knight School of Threatening Coaching. Would always put light a fire under a kid's ass. You bring Bob Knight into the room, and he'll get everyone motivated in a hurry. Now, players are being threatened in all sports all over the world when they don't cover Carver High's prop bets, and that's exactly the way it should be.
Manfred is open to Major League Baseball players competing at the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles. That would be fun. Why not? Everyone gets all gassed up for that dopey World Baseball Classic. At least this will be for a medal, a gold medal.
Look on the bright side, Carver High. In 4 years, when that happens, it'll be 1 year away from him leaving baseball, which is what everyone wants to begin with.
That's right. He told everyone 6 years in advance that he's leaving, right? He's like, I got 6 years left.
In 29.
5 years, 6 years, whatever it was, that he's going to finally be gone. And finally, he will consider returning to the team, the players wearing their own club uniforms in the All-Star game after the fiasco he had this week and in the last few years. Thank God, because that was awful watching those things last night.
Why do they always ruin things that are cool that work? It's like
money.
It's like Suits ruining TV shows, radio shows. These guys that make decisions in sports ruin things. There was nothing wrong with the All-Star games where everyone wore their team's uniform. It was cool, and they screwed that up too. They screw everything up, Suits.
It is Canada. Canada is one of those teams that's the darling of the tournament right now. They're still 9-1.
To win a tournament, or even to advance far into a tournament like this, you need a bit of good fortune. And it doesn't matter if you're getting the good fortune that Canada has where they played 2 matches where they were up a man, or you had the good fortune of Argentina, who's one of the best teams in the world, who just got on the good side of the draw.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
I want to know, too, what was the highest you ever got on both of those metrics?
So the highest club head speed I've ever gotten with a 45-inch driver, we'll just say stock, was, I think it was 129.9. I never cracked 130. Never cracked 130. That was juice. That was on caffeine. I can't even talk. And then I got 195 ball speed.
195 ball speed.
Only on SportsGrid. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid. Your 24/7 sports wagering network. The early line.
Magical and historic season in Lincoln, Nebraska continues.
He is the best player in the NBA, but also in the biggest moments where the national media is watching.
Newswire.
Something that we have never seen happen before with one of the iconic coaches in the game.
Ferrall, coast to coast.
The team covers. It's automatic. It's every time. Not sometimes. It's every time.
Game time decisions.
Luka is actually far more dangerous from 3 on the road this year than at home.
This game here tonight, you may want to consider taking as many points as humanly possible.
In-game live, prime time.
We got not 1, but 2 coaches fired systems in place.
Sports Rage
This
Late
sort of
Night.
has letdown written all over it. It's going to be hard to match the emotion that they played with the other night.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
So the Heat are up 5 at the half on the Mavericks, and the Kings are up 7 on the Knicks with about, 10 seconds left before the end of the first quarter in Vegas. Carver High just told me that the playoffs start this weekend in the Summer League and that Monday's the title game in Vegas. What a shame. Well, at least baseball will be back by then, so we don't have to not have sports.
Yeah, it's fairly quick. It's like a 10 or 11 day thing, the Vegas Summer League, and they cram all those games in, 6, 7, 8 games a day, and then it's over fairly quickly. So Monday night is the championship, I believe.
It started the
Vegas
12th,
Summer
which
League.
was like Friday, right? So it goes basically Friday to Monday.
Right, 10 days. So the 22nd would be Monday. So that's 10 days is what it lasts, the Vegas Summer League out there. So that's it. Everyone plays 4 games, I think, in the beginning, and then I think you're guaranteed 2 games between playoffs, and if you lose, they give you consolation games to get more work in, etc. So they have a lot of games there.
I got to tell you, and I said this to Coach, honestly, I'm not kidding. It's bad. Like, I don't know what's happened to it, but, I'm watching it this year, and the games are terrible.
Listen, 95% of these guys aren't going to play in the NBA.
Right.
There's really a very small amount that are NBA players. The guys that just got drafted who are rookies, and the couple of rookies from last year that were on the end of the bench that they want to get more work and get more burn for. That's it. Everyone else is just thrown on these rosters and to fill them out. They just missed the cut. They're a couple steps below where they should be in terms of being in the NBA. All right, let's finish the baseball here. The sons of David Ortiz and Manny Ramirez both drafted by the Red Sox on the 3rd day of the MLB draft.
Oh, God. Here we go.
That's just what we need. Manram and Ortiz haunting us again up in the Boston area. We don't need that.
I wonder if they'll both do steroids like their dads did.
Well, hey, anything's possible. The Dodgers and the Orioles interested in Tariq Skubal from the Tigers. Now, Skubal, Scotty, has been excellent, and that would be typical. If Detroit gets this great pitcher, they got him under control for like another 3 years. Let's trade him. Why not? Let's go. That's how you do things. Where did he come up with? Why would you do it? And they'll probably do it because Orioles will probably offer him. Orioles
Did
got
you see
so
the
many
offer for Jones of the Yankees? They were going to give him.
Yeah.
They want to give him Jones for Skubal. How stupid do you have to be?
It's amazing. Scooble's really good. But if he gets traded, that will be one of the biggest names that comes through here. As you can see here also, he's the favorite at the All-Star break for the Cy Young Award.
There's no way they're trading him. Why in God's name would this crappy franchise that they can't sell tickets, nothing, they have nothing going for them, and then they have a guy that's going to win the Cy Young, and they're going to get rid of him? Like, they got him for 3 more years. I wouldn't let that guy go for all the tea in China, honestly.
Doesn't make much sense. So you saw Scooble's the favorite there. On the National League side for the Cy Young, Sale is the favorite at plus 115, and then Wheeler. But there he is. Look at this. He's 4-1 now. He's gone from 200 to 100 to 50 to 30 to 20 to 10. 4-1 for Skeens. Wow.
And Wheeler has a bad back, so give me Skeens.
I told you, he pitches he makes all his starts from now till the end of the year. He's going to win. He's going to win that award.
Can you imagine if that kid wins the Cy Young his first year in baseball?
Cy Young, Rookie of the Year, start the All-Star game.
Has that ever happened? Has that ever happened? A guy, number one draft
Cy
pick,
Young in the Rookie year, I would have to go and
Rookie
look.
of the Year, All-Star game, and win the Cy Young.
Did Valenzuela win the Cy Young that year with the Dodgers when he burst onto the scene? I don't know off the top of my head. I would have to look. The year that Fernando Mania, that's there you go. Fernando's
He's the only one to have done it.
That would have done it. So that would be the company that Skeens would join. AL Judges minus 350 at the break with Gunnar Henderson kind of close to him there, pretty close at plus 240. Everyone else miles away. And Ohtani, the same thing, minus 375 on the NL side, with Harper the closest at 6-1.
Yeah, I don't see either side changing, because yesterday I was telling you that his total, projected total is 56 home runs. And I was like, I think he's going to hit more than 22 homers in 60 games.
I got that for you on the Lion's Share today. We'll discuss Aaron Judge's homer count on the Lion's Share.
The WNBA is a unique market, right? It moves a little bit different. You take a bet, a limit play, even if the limit is 2 dimes on a side, you don't go from 11.5 to 12. You know what I mean? You got to go. Because if they bet you the second number, then you go, oh boy, now we have a decision that we really didn't think we got a big decision. Books love decisions.
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
Watch out for USA and Canada in 4 years. Cricket's going to be a sport that's growing.
I made my first cricket bet last week or over the weekend. I was getting a team that was leading like 150 to 5 plus odds. I'm like, I'm up 150 points and I'm getting plus odds. Where do I sign? I love this cricket stuff. What are you kidding me?
In-game live, prime time, only on SportsGrid.
DeMar DeRozan now joins that team in Sacramento with the Kings. De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis, Devin Carter, who they drafted early, Keegan Murray as well. A Kings team, DRS, that has been a playoff contender.
Is it going to equate to a championship? Probably not. That's not the goal. Make your team better every offseason. The Kings definitely got better with that move here, Ben.
The early line. Only on SportsGrid.